Yeah, I mean, really tough result for us today. Thought two teams really playing hard. You know, obviously they were coming off a tough loss the other night. We're trying to battle ourselves back kind of up the standings. And, you know, you had teams just throwing punches back at each other. Really proud of our fight. You know, thought we played really hard. We did a lot of good things. And we had our chances. You know, I mean, certainly a lot is going to be made of the call with Jalen, but those officials, by the letter of the law, you know, it's just a tough rule, you know, and so we had our chances still. We had some open shots. We had a bunch of free throws that we didn't convert on, and then, you know, we got a good number of stops, but then we had some stops that we just didn't get. So it's unfortunate. Congrats to Michigan. They're a heck of a team. They're very difficult to play against. They have really good scoring from all five spots, and Golden is a tremendous player, as we know. And give their kids credit. Donaldson walked up and made real clutch free throws when it mattered. So give him credit for doing that and icing the game.
You mentioned that officials went by the letter of the law on that flagrant on Jalen. What was your reaction to that call, and how do you think?
Well, it's the second year in a row. You know, I don't know if you remember, Matt. We had a very similar play with Ryan Langborg at Rutgers, and I know where they're coming from, because the way the rule is written is any contact is an automatic flagrant 2 in that area of the body. I just think common sense has to rule the day a little bit. Like, look, if it's malicious and a kid is maliciously going for that area with a knee, with a fist, then absolutely. But I think the people that make the rules don't. Vlad Golden is 7'1", 275 pounds, setting a moving screen. And Jalen's trying to get over the top of it, and there's contact. And was it malicious? In my opinion, no. But that's the way the rule is, and it's a tough thing. I mean, it's just kind of, we had it 2 years in a row, you know, kind of, and it just sucks because Jalen was playing great. You know, he was making shots, he was attacking. Obviously, he's our main ball handler, and you know, I thought, you know, was it a big play in the game? Absolutely. I mean, what do you have, 20 points when he came out? So just a difficult, but again, I'm not blaming the officials, because I know that's the rule, because we just lived it last year with Langborg at Rutgers. I just think some common sense has to apply. You know, if a kid's fighting to get through a screen and there's some incidental contact to that area, and I'll give him credit too. He's if he doesn't make the NBA, which he probably does, he's gonna have a hell of an acting career going forward. Guy's a great actor. We saw it at Florida. We've seen it 2 times in a row. He's really good at it. Give him credit. I mean that in a complimentary way.
It seemed like throughout the game you had some frustrating conversation with the refs. You know, there wasn't a technical, but at one point, one blew the game dead to kind of send a message. You know, what was that message or conversation like with that?
Just fighting for my players in a tough-minded game. I mean, those are veteran officials. I thought they did a good job. And in the course of a game, when you're on the road and you're battling and you're competing, you're just fighting for your guys. So, you know, he was right to say, hey, I've heard your point, and that's enough. And, you know, and then it is enough. Then it's on to the next. So it's just me fighting for the guys, you know, during a tough competitive game.
Michigan's a really unique roster, you know, with Golden and Wolf as 2 really talented bigs.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, the goal was to try to win the game. So, I mean, the goal was to try to do a good job. They put Danny in a lot of pick and roll actions. You know, we wanted to be aggressive. He has such great vision on the floor. You know, and we just felt like if he got space, that's where he's at his best. So, you know, we were just trying to get into space a little bit and be aggressive, make him play defense. You know, but he's not a one-man show. You know, that's what makes them a really good team. There's other games, like last game, I think Danny had 23, you know, 10 and 8, and you know, tonight it was Vlad's show. You know, his 3 threes in the first half I thought were huge. When we were defending really well, you know, I thought his 3 threes kind of steadied the ship for them in the first half, and you know, that's what a good team does. I mean, I thought overall, you know, like schematically, you know, they were the hottest 3-point shooting team in our league. We hold them to 7 for 27 from 3. You know, we hold Wolf scoreless. You know, a lot of good things. You know, we just didn't close the deal, and we had our chances, Matt. I mean, we we had free throws. Thought Ty got, we executed an out of bounds, that we run a lot, and he got a clean look in the corner. There was a broken play on the next play. I thought he got a real clean look, and that's a guy, we count on to make shots, and we know he's going to make shots, and just didn't go in. So, just a tough way to lose.
A lot of familiar faces from the tournament game last year. I mean, obviously, no Boo and no John L. So very different teams overall. But with Dusty at coach and Golden at center, was there any rollover that you were able to make from the FAU prep last year?
Not really. There's a couple actions they run, maybe offensively, stuff that Dusty does well. But that was a totally different team. This team, they're playing two bigs now. So, the things they're doing with two bigs. Last year, John L. Davis was their four, who's like a wing. So they spread the floor a lot more last year and kind of tried to drive you. And this year, they're running free flowing actions, a lot of 4 or 5 pick and rolls, playing off their bigs. So, what you're supposed to do. That's what his roster entails. So there wasn't a lot. I mean, obviously, we both remember that game. It was a hell of a game by both teams, and obviously Vlad and Brooks played, and Nick and Ty didn't play. So, really, and Matt didn't play. So, I mean, you're not talking about that many guys. It's really Nick, Brooks, and Vlad, and the 2 head coaches. So there wasn't a whole lot of carryover there.
You mentioned that, not a lot of points, but 16 rebounds. And as a whole, you got rebounded and shooting by 2. Was that, I don't know if purposeful is the right word, but how much of that was a certain scheme you guys used versus just an incredible effort by you?
I think just effort. We knew with their size, you gotta put by. I thought in the first half they hurt us a little bit. I think they had 9, maybe 7 to 9 offensive rebounds at half. We really just talked about, because they're tall, you can't just turn. You got to really put bodies on them, and you got to rebound with all 5 guys. And so, it was a huge emphasis for us. We were hoping our defense could get them to miss some shots, and then we wanted to limit them to 1 shot. And we to do a decent job. 13 offensive rebounds, though, too much. If we wanted that number under 10, but overall, that's not why we lost. We didn't lose because of the glass. We really lost because of just a couple possessions. They made a couple shots. The old miss or make league, right? I mean, they made a couple shots when they needed to there in overtime, and we weren't able to score on the other end. And then I thought we left some points on the table at the free throw line, which you can't do on the road against a really good team.
Brooks had another kind of colder start to the game. Obviously came on in the second half and overtime as he got to the line. Was that a conscious effort, conversation to kind of tell him, work towards the basket more, or was that just him reading the game?
Yeah, I think he's a veteran guy, kind of reading how he's being guarded, reading how he's played. There's a lot of pressure on Brooks and Nick, and I know that, because of what they've done and the attention that's placed on those guys every game to try to take them out of the game. So we have to continue, and that's why I was really proud of Jalen and have been proud of Jalen, for his ability to kind of take some pressure off those guys with his scoring and playmaking, and Ty's done that the last 2 games. He's been in double figures here. So, but we got to get more. We got to find some production from our bigs. We got to find some production from our freshmen, because we got to try to do our best to take the pressure off Brooks and Nick. But I thought Brooks did a great job, even though he missed some shots early. He just kept playing, and he's going to do that. I mean, that's who he is. He's such a competitive, tough guy. He's throwing himself into winning, so he's going to keep playing no matter what's going on out there.
You brought Ty off the bench for the second straight game, and again, his production increased from his slower start to the year. I guess it's kind of a paradox of if he plays well off the bench, then it feels like that's working, but he's still playing a big majority of the minutes at that 2-guard spot.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll be back in the starting lineup?
I don't know. Yeah, no, I mean, there's nothing set in stone, man. I mean, that's, I thought it was a good thing for him. He and I talked. He and I have a great relationship. Like I told you, it wasn't a demotion. He'd been struggling a little bit. Everybody knows that. And I just said, hey, let's just try to get a little bit of change of scenery. You're still going to play. You're still going to get your minutes. You're still going to be in at the end of the game if you're playing well. And let's just see how this goes, and watch the first couple minutes, kind of see what's going on. Plus, it allows us sometimes, you see this a lot, Iowa State, they bring Curtis Jones off the bench and he's their leading scorer, because they like the dynamic, of bringing a veteran guy with some pop. For us, when he does start, then you're coming in with all young guys. So if you don't get off to a good start, now you're coming in with young players. So, I've kind of liked the look of, starting one of the young guys and then having Ty come in as a veteran guy who can come in and give you some pop off the bench. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not married to it. We're trying to win. So we'll see what we're going to do as we move forward into Wednesday night.
Brooks had a lot of free throws, but most of those came in overtime, when they're playing the foul game. Do you feel like, you've made it a point in a few of your press conferences to talk about him getting respect from the refs as a star in this league. Do you feel like he and your program are getting the respect?
No.
Is there any reason you think that is?
You asked, I don't think we're getting the respect.
Is there anything you think I don't know if the league office is the right way to phrase it, but is there any way you think you can get that this season?
I don't know. We just got to keep playing hard and not focus on those things. We just got to focus on the game and playing hard and doing what we do and try to put ourselves in a position to win. All right, thanks, bud.